this is Abraham from Class A Dent Repair. We have this massive dent on an aluminum hood. You see it's a severe dent, deep and stretched. These are PDR lights, paintless dent repair lights. They are not heat lamps like most people think. It's just a light so we can read the dent. And in this video I want to share my technique of how I fix such a massive dent. You see, this dent is this big. I mean, it's almost like close to 5 inches. So what I start with is I have this beautiful light. It shows me the center of the dent. I can put it like this, focus the camera while I do the repair on the dent itself. Okay, I'm gonna be in the way, so you have to come from an angle. Right? So on dents like these, I always start them with heat, especially on aluminum, because the metal is stretched and aluminum would easily crack. So heat will prevent that, and it will make it move a lot easier and faster. So tons of heat. And this is a PDR rod. As you see, it's a sharp tip that I come from underneath. So I'm gonna put this here for leveling, and then I'm gonna come like this, and if you wanna show how I push. So as you see, tiny, small connected pushes. This is an art, and you have to be very accurate with every push, not to crack the paint and not to make texture in it. I mean, if texture happens, it's alright, I can sand it and polish it, but I try to prevent it, to avoid it as much as I can. So as you see, with this light, the dent looks so tiny because this light only shows me the impact point of the dent. If I get the impact point out, the dent will be out much faster and much cleaner. As you see, I have 2 lights because I use those 2 lights for what we call cross-checking, which means I push from one angle, and then on one light from one angle, and then I go look at the other light from another angle, so I don't miss any details, which can easily happen, especially on big dents like these. So as you see, methodical, small, slow pushes connected as much as possible. Most people think that dents just pop out, and that's a myth. Dents don't pop out. I just hate it when people call me and say, hey, can you pop this dent out for me? It just makes me nervous. I mean, people don't understand how difficult what we do is. See, even in that light, the dent still looks dark because there's a lot of work to be done. So as you see, I push the light a little bit further. Now, just continue. No rushing. On these dents, the key is not to rush the work. And aluminum is very stiff. It doesn't want to move. Doesn't want to move like steel does. Steel has memory, so it wants to go back the way it was stamped from the factory. But that's not the case with aluminum. Once an aluminum panel is dented, it wants to stay there. lot of patience is required in this kind of art, because what we do, it is art. It is art. Takes years and years and years to master this craft. This is not a DIY thing. Absolutely not. Don't try this at home by any means. This is not how metal works. Metal does not pop out. Now, as you see, after some small pushes, now I'm done with this light. I don't need this light anymore. Now I can finish the dent with those lights that I have. Now I'm gonna come and push from this angle, as we called it, cross-checking. As you see, if I look from this angle, now that massive dent became 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 small pockets or small dents that I'm gonna come after each one of them. Alright, let's start with the one to the right. Make sure it is recording, is it?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Once I took a video of a repair, and it was like a 40-minute repair, 50-minute repair, and the whole camera, it wasn't even on. I thought I turned it on, and see, now we finished the first one from this angle. I'm gonna still have to cross-check it from the other angle. Now I'm gonna come to the one at the front. As you see, we remove the hood and put it on a hood stand. That way I can easily work on it and have control, and I can move it around, and I can look at the dent from different angles, which is not possible if I leave the hood on. You know, I always say, if you have severe dent on a hood, the hood has to be taken off to make sure the repair is perfect. Alright, this is the second one. As you see, I only try to get it to 90% from this angle, because I'm gonna have to cross-check it from the other angle, coming this way. I'm not trying to make it perfect from one angle. Just 90%, leave some room for cross-checking. Okay, now this one, the third one. Again, you saw how a big dent, a massive dent, became 5 small dents after a few minutes of pushing. Alright, now I'm gonna come to the video got cut off. Now I'm gonna come to the fourth one. As you see, and I'm putting a lot of force to move this. Aluminum does not want to cooperate, doesn't want to move. I mean, I'm cranking on this. I mean, it's painful. By the way, the dent was only 4 small pockets. This is a separate dent. It's not part of the main one that was here. So I'm gonna come after this one right now. Now, time to cross-check, which means I'm gonna move my hood stand and look at the dent from a different angle, coming this way, as you see. Now, if you look here, this area is a little bit shiny. We call this a high spot. So I knock it down. We use, this is called a knockdown, and this is a hammer, and I knock it down. And don't worry, this is completely safe on the paint. These tools are designed for this. All right. Now, I'm gonna be coming from this angle. You see the gutter hook? What was I using when I came from the? Okay, whatever. Alright, I'll come from this area, from this angle. You're gonna come from my left to show what I'm seeing. Sorry, my cameraman is still trying to get the heck of it that he needs to show what I am seeing while I'm doing the repair. Because what you see from one angle is different from what someone else sees from a different angle. All right. This aluminum is stiff. I gotta tell you that. And this is a black hood. All right. Next one. So it's like a puzzle, and I'm just connecting the dots. That's all I'm doing right here. It's very precise. It's very surgical. It's like having a surgery, but on a vehicle instead of a human being. Absolutely not easy in any way. Now, I'm gonna go back to my original angle. Check it out. Oh my God. Okay, I see a few things going on here. Just a few little things. Now I get back to my original angle, the other angle again, to see if there's any small details. Like here, you see this small line? That's what I'm gonna be going after right now. It is miserable hot here in Texas. And again, I'm using a high definition camera, I mean, it's gonna show things that you're not gonna see with naked eyes. I mean, no one is gonna see anything that this camera can show. I'm gonna come look at it from this angle again. Now I look at it like this. Now I'm gonna do a little bit of blending. Now after blending, some finishing, and we will be done. Now I take the light a little bit, stay away from the light a little bit farther. Just being very, very detailed. Look at it from this angle, looking good. Natural reflection looking good. And let me see the camera. And here we go. Check out the natural reflection on this dent. Check out the orange peel. Check out the roof reflection on it. The consistency. Look at this. As you see, fixed with paintless dent repair. No painting, no bondo, no losing your beautiful factory paint. And this is a black vehicle. There we go. If you have dents, hail damage especially, call Abraham from Class A Dent Repair. Thank you.